I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker for today. Gabrielle is a dedicated and versatile spiritual practitioner whose unique blend of skills and experiences allow her to guide individuals on their spiritual journeys. As an ordained minister from Reverend Janet Nahovac's Journey Within Church, she emphasizes a holistic approach to personal development. Her academic background includes a master's degree in transpersonal psychology from Atlantic University, which complements her extensive training at the prestigious Arthur Findlay College in Lilydale Assembly. Gabrielle's work as a medium and teacher is showcased through her engaging workshops on meditation and dream work, held at renowned venues as Lilydale. Through her business, Transcendent Ground, she empowers individuals to explore and nurture their spiritual paths, fostering healness and wellness by tapping into both internal and external sources of wisdom and guidance. Her approach is inclusive and supportive, making her a valuable resource for those seeking spiritual growth and transformation. Please help me in welcoming Gabrielle Michalek to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, that feels good. All right, well, thank you for welcoming me into this sacred space. And the very first thing I need to do is to share what I've been picking up. And I just want you to know that Spirit is here with us this morning. They are here to guide us and to support us. Right? And I can feel them, and they just wanted me to say that so that you know that they are okay and you will be okay. Right? So today I would like to talk about how to navigate this fast-paced world we're living in ways that perhaps will bring some meaning into our lives. Life, as we all know, is full of distractions. Our minds race, and our egos want to pull us in different directions. Sometimes it feels like we're running on autopilot. Have you ever driven somewhere and arrived and you didn't know how you got there? Right? So wrong. But to truly understand who we are and to feel connected to something greater, we must learn to quiet the noise so that we can listen to the whispers of divine guidance, because they're there if we only know how to listen. One of the most important ways and easiest ways to access this wisdom is through our dreams. Because our dreams are really messages of divine spiritual guidance. We're told by the world, scientists, different people out in the community, that our dreams are nothing more but fleeting or disconnected and trivial bits of information. But I'm here to let you know that our dreams carry weight. And because they carry weight, we must pay attention to them. They come in the quiet hours of the night, and they're full of mystery and symbolism. And through those symbols, they offer us messages. And they're not always easy to understand. But the truth is, our dreams are not just byproducts of our subconscious trying to make sense of the world. They're powerful tools that the divine uses to speak to us and to offer us some guidance along our spiritual journey. The great Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, he taught us and spoke to us about the significance of our dreams. He believed that dreams were a direct line to our unconscious and that they could provide messages of spiritual growth. And that these messages were significant. Jung emphasized that dreams could reveal archetypes, those universal symbols and themes that are embedded in our psyches. We're born with this information. We're all born with it. Different people all over the world are born with a set of information that is all the same. What does the wedding ring symbolize? The roundness. Eternity. The symbol of eternity has been in place in India 2,000 years ago, and it's here today. How did we come up with this? We were born with this information, and our dreams allow us to tap into these symbols. Toward the end of his life, Jung had a really significant dream. He dreamt that he was in a grove of trees, and the roots of these trees were all interconnected, and there were golden threads growing through these roots. And it was so vivid to him, and he shared it with another. And he said he realized that this dream was symbolic of our interconnectedness as people, and that the work that we do are the golden threads. These are the gifts we have brought to the world. And so even though he was heading toward the end of his journey here on this plane, he knew that this was a powerful dream that let him know how we are all interconnected, and that the work we do has meaning, and that the work he was doing had meaning because it was there to help us, help humanity develop emotional, psychological maturity. You know, the acceptance that we're all interconnected. So this dream is a powerful reminder of how they can offer us guidance. They often help us process the events of our daily lives, but many dreams come with a deeper purpose. By offering us profound connections to the spiritual world, dreams can bring us wisdom. Often they come at a time when our life is most confusing. You ever go through a period in your life where things are really intense and a lot of things are going on, and you wake up in the morning and you go, wow, I really had a vivid dream last night, and then my dreams seem to be firing off like crazy. So, you know, this is at a time when we're struggling with decisions, we're not sure which direction to turn, and dreams can offer us the symbols that will guide us in which direction to turn. They'll offer us some clarity. Now, these dreams are really bringing these symbols forward out of ourselves, and what dreams are trying to do is help us to align ourselves with our true self, who we were meant to be, instead of who the world is telling us to be. How we're trying to please others, so we change ourselves to make other people happy, but we ourselves may be out of alignment, right? And so how do we get back into alignment? Have you ever woken up in the morning from a dream that was so vivid that you had to think about it? You were like, holy cow, that was powerful, that was important. What does this mean? Right? That is the universe trying to communicate with you. Pay attention. Something's out of alignment, or an important decision needs to be made, and I'm going to help you. Because we are not abandoned. We are not alone. We are receiving guidance every day. We just have to be open to receiving it. You know, in our waking lives, our egos, they want to drive the bus, right? They want to tell us what to do, how to be. Our egos want certainty. Our egos want control and rationality. It's our egos say, I know the way. Because your ego wants you to stay in your comfort zone. Our dreams offer us wisdom. Egos don't like wisdom because wisdom forces us to accept that maybe we need to make some changes in our lives. Our egos want us to stay the same. It wants everything to stay the same because you can have this false sense of control. But so how does this wisdom come? It comes in the form of these symbols that we receive through our dreams. Wisdom gives us the courage to make change, or the guidance for the direction that we should change in. How many of us had been moving along in life feeling like we had some control, and then something happened, some profound loss, a loss of a loved one, a loss of a job or a career, a loss, a financial loss, and it shattered you. And you just didn't know what to do. Very often people will fall into a dark night of the soul where they need to retreat and reevaluate their lives and reinvent themselves in a new way. But what way? How should I change? What should I do? If this isn't who I am anymore, and it never really was, who am I at the soul level? And this is where our dreams can come in and guide us and support us. Because our dreams are a direct connection to our inner worlds. They can provide us with that wisdom and clarity when we're faced with difficult decisions, especially if two directions seem equally valid. Which way do I go? You know, a symbol can often tell us this is the way. So, what happens is, in our waking lives, our egos are in control, but when we're asleep, our egos are tamped down, and this guidance can break through. It can bypass our egos, and that's why we become receptive to divine guidance. Because today, so much of our lives is fixated on the external world. You know, we live in a culture that's constantly telling us that we have to be successful. And how do we measure success? By external standards. We're constantly striving for more wealth, bigger career, how can I acquire more things, more power, more status? What can I show other people to prove to them I've made it? And this is fine. Like, believe me, I embrace being comfortable in life and being financially secure. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? We all have that need. But what happens in today's world is we're becoming fixated on this acquisition of stuff and more stuff. And that chase, that pursuit, is causing us to become more distracted from our inner life, our inner world, because it's so fixated on the external world. And we're left feeling dissatisfied. You know, they've done a study, Qatar, oil-rich country, possibly one of the richest countries in the world, so wealthy, they have so much money coming in, that each of their citizens receives a stipend from the government. And this stipend is so large, no one has to work there. And so people spend their entire days shopping. And when they're done shopping, they don't know what to do with themselves. And they've done studies, and they've determined that they suffer from the highest rate of depression, high rates of suicide. And you ask yourself, how could somebody with so much wealth, access to so much wealth, be so unhappy? It's because they lost the ability, or they haven't focused on connecting with their inner world, to the things that really matter. So how do we break this cycle? How do we step into the deeper wisdom that is available to us? Dreams offer us the way out. They offer this spiritual guidance that leads us to our higher purpose. Our dreams hold a mirror to our unconscious mind, and so they reflect back parts of ourselves that we may not fully recognize in this life. Now, I know a lot of you are, you're familiar with technology, and AI is in the news. It's all we seem to talk about these days. And these wonderful tools. I love playing with AI tools. And science and technology has led to some amazing breakthroughs in our lives, and have made our lives healthier and more comfortable. And that's great. And I welcome more of that, and I pray for divine guidance for our researchers and our scientists, that they do more of this work and bring back these solutions. But these kinds of solutions don't really help us with the problems that affect our personal lives. Right? How do you navigate when you have had a deep and profound loss? Who helps you then? Where does that support come from? Where do you find that meaning in your life when you're feeling lost? Like, why am I doing this? Right? Who supports you? Where do you get the guidance when you've lost your job and you're not sure what to do? This is where you turn inward. And what I love about turning inward, it's free. Right? You don't have to pay anyone. You just have to do the work. And what is the work? The work is prayer, meditation, and paying attention to your dreams. Right? That's the work. So when we're going through loss and facing challenges in our relationships and family, work, or simply searching for a higher purpose, the guidance we need is available to us, and it comes from a higher spiritual place. Life is full of joy and sorrow, but to navigate it with grace. And that's really what this is about, right? How do we move through life with some grace? We have to develop our spiritual tools in our toolkit. And that, again, is prayer, meditation, and paying attention to our dreams. And these practices then shift our focus from the external world to the internal world. And by grounding ourselves in higher purpose, we become more resilient. So when those bad things happen, you know you're going to get through it. So it's easy to get lost in the pursuit of material wealth, but don't equate those with happiness and fulfillment. They're two separate things. We must remember that our true source of power lies within. Prayer opens our hearts to God. Meditation quiets our mind so we can receive the message. And our prayers are the messages. They are the symbols. Together, these practices create a spiritual foundation that nurtures and strengthens us. It helps us to understand not only who we are, but who we were meant to be. That's what's important. Prayer, meditation, and dreams, my friends, are a sacred form of communication between us and the divine. When we learn to listen, to trust, and to interpret these messages within them, this is where we find our guidance. This is where we find our healing and the wisdom that will carry us forward in our lives. Let us not forget the power of our inner world, for it is the bridge to the spiritual realm and a reminder that we are never truly alone. By embracing this inner work and trusting the transformative power of the universe, you have to believe in miracles. Anything is possible. And when we live in alignment with that wisdom, we not only heal ourselves, but we heal the planet, one person at a time, if need be. So I encourage all of you today to let us commit to our spiritual practices. Let us look at our dreams as a source of guidance, and let us deepen our connection to the divine through prayer and meditation. And let us have faith that by doing so, we will find the clarity, purpose, and resilience we need to navigate this life with grace and meaning. Amen.
Thank you.